It's James and Michael with the Crypto Guys. And in today's video, we're going to talk about buy levels for Bitcoin because the market's a little bit crazy right now. And so you really need to hear what we're about to say. And make sure you stick around to the very end of the video. And also, if you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel and like the comment, like the content, if you like the content. So, Michael, let's talk about this buy levels of Bitcoin. And maybe let's just zoom out first and talk about like what's going on because we're in some crazy waters.
Yeah, well, yesterday I mentioned it could be a buy level here, but I also said that if we break it, it's not a big deal because we're just going to be in an accumulation zone. So it's possible we keep going down or we go up, because right now, if we look at the RSI, we are very, very close to being in the oversold stage, and on the 4-hour candle as well. So in the past, whenever that happened, you could see here, we reached the bottom of the RSI in the 4-hour. Now we still went down a bit, right? So that can happen, but it shows you that we're very close to the bottom. So if this is not the bottom, where are my buy level next, right? So my next buy level will be at 35,700. And if we keep going down, the buy level 2 will be 33,500, and buy level 3 will be at 30,000. Okay. And then I would wait for it to go back up, and I'll let you know what the sales target are later, because the sales targets really will depend on how low we go. You know, if we go too low, that if we go all the way to 30,000, the sales target will be much lower. But that's what I'm looking at, right? Like as buy levels 1, 2, and 3. So don't, and have cash, always have cash. Like don't go all in on one buy like level. And I should have mentioned that yesterday, because I said that I bought some here, but what I didn't mention is I'm definitely not going to put too much money on that buy level, because there's always risk. There's always risk it goes down, right? So those are the buy level 1, 2, and 3. And we are very close to a bottom, but there's still possibility we go to that 30,000 and make a lower low, right? Because our lowest point right now, if we go back, right, is where was that? Well, that was way back, but yeah, it's at 33,000. That was our lowest point. So now we potentially go down to 30. That means we got rejected from the bull support band. If you remember the bull support band, that's a very important one. Let's take a look at that, right? Just so you're clear again. Let's move out on a weekly view so you can see how I look at Bitcoin. And, you know, it's very important that you understand that we are bearish. Look at the big rejection, right? Like we went up, we got rejected here, right? We got rejected here, and we got rejected here. So that's 3 times we got like rejected now. And so when we get rejected, potentially we could put a lower low, and it could even bring us back down to these levels at 29, 30, right? That's possible. That's definitely in the cards right now. And as well, I think we need to pay attention to the moving average, but make sure to subscribe to the channel, because I don't think that matters right now. But as we move forward, we'll have to use moving average to figure out what are the potential worst case scenarios. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and please realize this is not financial advice. Do your own research always.
Exactly. So, you know, obviously things are always compounded or complicated by what's going on in the world. And of course, that affects economies, the S&P 500.
Totally.
And we've got what's unfolding with Russia and Ukraine right now, which, you know, usually at the start of anything, most people default to like, oh, I hope this isn't that bad. I hope it's going to end quickly, like the coronavirus and the pandemic, right? It's like, oh, hopefully this is just a little flu that's going to go away. And then when it doesn't and it sets in longer, then that's when people have to really adjust to reality. So yeah, what will happen with Ukraine and Russia? I mean, everyone's still hoping for like that this will just go away and end and you know, return, but maybe it won't. And so all those things are making the markets harder to predict what's going on, because you take those big events away, then we're back to kind of like normal human behavior, right? Greed, fear, and that cycle, the breathing in and breathing out. But now we've added in more complexity.
Well, people get scared, and that's normal, right? Because they're trying to figure out where's the bottom, right? So if they can have certainty that's the bottom, and they can clearly see a bounce, then people will start buying like crazy again. So like I said, you know, not most people need a leader to tell them like, okay, we reached the bottom now, right? And where is that? So I think people, there's two thought. If the bottom has not already come at 33, then some people think the bottom will be at about 30. Okay. And some people think it will be even lower at like 20. But most people don't think 20. Most people are thinking 30 is the bottom, or we've already reached it. So that's kind of what we're looking at. But my advice is that don't try to guess who's right. Have a strategy for all three like levels, whether it's 33 or 30 or 20, right? Like be cash positive, be cash positive. Like I can't give better advice than that. In case if it went to 20, that'd be the best price ever. And you can make a 2-3x very fast on that one, right? So it's a no-brainer to have some cash in case that happens, even though it's unlikely. I mean, it's probably not going to happen because, keep in mind that Elon Musk bought Bitcoin at what price? About 30,000. So, there's a lot of confidence at that 30,000 price because Elon Musk bought it at 30,000. If you could get it for 20, that means you get it cheaper than what Elon Musk paid. I'm not saying it's not impossible. Everything is, possible, but the probability that happens are low. I would say, but be cash positive just in case, then if you look back at this video and it drops to 20 and I told you to be cash positive and you buy in at 20, you'll be very happy that you listened to me. If it doesn't, if it doesn't, it goes only to 33 or, 36 or whatever, and you bought at that level and it bounces back, you'll be very happy. You listened to me, you understand? So that's the point. You got to win no matter what happens. And these times, right? Times like this, I can't tell you that the 4-hour RSI is the bottom. Usually it is, but in this case, I cannot say that. Anything's possible. So we need to pay attention at other fundamentals.
For sure, there's more uncertainty, which does make it harder to predict trends and things like that. But as we've always said on this channel, is that you can make money in any market. It literally doesn't matter what the market is doing. And so it's always important when you're trading to pull your emotions out of that, because as soon as you start to feel fear, or you're reading the news, or because it could be everything from, is this just a skirmish between Russia and Ukraine, or is this the beginning of some brand new world order, right? Like there's a whole spectrum of how you could view this, and maybe the fears that go along with that. But when you look at the markets go up and down. And so, when there's more volatility, you have to definitely manage your risk better. And how do you manage your risk? By being informed, by being knowledgeable. And so that's what we try to provide for you in this channel, is to give you some things to think about that are going to help you become a better trader, not just of Bitcoin, but of altcoins and everything. So if you do like this channel, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like this content.
All right, guys, see you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Bye for now.
See ya.